What is going on, everybody? This is a long anticipated episode because I know a lot of y'all have been waiting for this. So today we finally reveal the new wheels and tires we're putting on the GTI. Thank you to the awesome guys and girls at Euro Tuning for supporting this channel. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the 94 Co channel. Before I pull the car out and show you guys the wheels that we have selected, I figured we owe it to the OZ Futuras before they stay stacked up like this indefinitely. We owe it to these wheels to take them outside and give them a thorough cleaning before they're stored. Also, a big thank you to Euro Tuning for sending me this banner. I have yet to figure out where I want to put it on the wall because unfortunately this whole space is mostly taken up by banners already. But this is actually really cool that they sent me this. Very nice of you guys. Appreciate it very much for sending this out. Let's get these cleaned up. These all clean. Could have the ceramic coating. Woo! Water beads right off. Shout out to Camel City Wraps. If y'all need any ceramic coating or vehicle wraps, Camel City Wraps in Winston-Salem, they got you covered. They coated these about 2 years ago and no signs of that System X Extreme letting up. The end of an era. Let's stack these back up indefinitely. Rest in peace, old friend. Pour one out. F's in the chat. Pour one out. Real quick, before I show you what wheels these are, do me a favor, pause the video and leave a comment down below. What wheels do you think we've put on the car? Also, side note, now that the car isn't on air, I had to install driveway ramps so I could actually get in here because I can't air up for the end of the driveway anymore. I got another set of RS2s. That's right, guys. We got another set of BBS RS2s in the arsenal. Now, funny story about these exact wheels. These are a set of wheels that I actually built maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago when I was at my old job doing the powder coating gig. So I sourced these faces and barrels, put them together and sold them to a local friend of mine. He ran them on his really, really nice Mark V Rabbit that's full shaved and has a custom Porsche paint color. I'll put a picture of it here. He ran them on that car for maybe a weekend and then more or less didn't run them anymore. And then hit me up when I got the Golf R in and wanted to trade a bunch of R parts for these wheels. So essentially I got these wheels for free because I have already profited off of the Golf R and I still have stuff to sell. So it's kind of funny that these are now back in my possession. They're a little dirty because I've actually been driving on these for a while, for a couple weeks, but they are a really pretty glossy metallic silver with polished lips and satin barrels. And to pair with them, we have installed a set of Firestone Firehawk Indy 500 tires. These are a 255/35. So we got some meat on the GTI. This thing handles like it is on rails. This thing is going to do absolute wonders in the curves and in the mountains. I cannot wait to further refine the suspension, but nonetheless, let's get this last wheel on and I'll show you all some beauty shots of our car on our new BBS RS2s. One other thing to mention. So I did install the factory BBS 57.1 PFS rings, but these are actually 5x114 wheels. So Euro Tuning has sent us a set of wobble bolts. So as you can see, the center of the bolt is actually separate from this washer to make up for the slight difference in PCD that these wheels have. As you know, GTI is a 5x112 car. These are 5x114.3, but these will allow us to safely run these wheels on the car. Thank you, Euro Tuning. Y'all can, I'll leave a link in the description, but Euro Tuning sells a full kit of 20 bolts on their website. They're very affordable, very high quality. So shout out to Euro Tuning for sending us this kit. Now let's get these wheels on the car, but I'm gonna show you something real quick. Before y'all say anything in the comments about how wobble bolts are unsafe, let me show you something. This is another set of RS2s that I own. This is on my daily. These are also 5x114. I also have a set of Euro Tuning wobble bolts on them. Now, I have had these wheels on the car for over a year, and in that time span, I've driven over 20,000 miles. This wheel has not come off the car. I installed them and I torqued them down to 100 foot-pounds. So let's make sure that they're still tight. That didn't move. 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 There is no reason that you can't safely run wobble bolts on your car without any issues. Now, let's go put the wheel on the car. Thank you to Euro Tuning for the new lug socket. Now, as the French would call the resistance piece, white and gold logos with custom Airlick Wheelworks flat caps. Love how that finishes off the wheel. So, with that out of the way, we need to get this car in alignment. So we're gonna head to Everything Euro in Winston-Salem. They are European car specialists, and they have been so kind to let me pull the car in and get this thing aligned myself, just because there's so many aspects of the car that need to be adjusted now. They said, you know, come on over, get this thing aligned. So we've got to get gas, and then we'll be on our way, get this thing aligned, and we'll finally be ripping. All right, here are before alignment specs. Got a lot of toe in, but honestly, not too crazy off. I mean, everything's relatively even across the board. So let's set y'all up. Let's get this thing aligned. And just like that, we are ready to rock. So I nearly zeroed out the toe in the rear, got our camber within 0.05 degrees, 5/100ths of a degree. We got our front camber within 5/100ths of a degree, got the fitment tightened up, and got our toe just on the outer edge of spec. I like a little bit less toe in than what the factory typically recommends, especially when you lower these things. So let's get this thing off the rack, clean up, wash our hands, take it for a rip. Quick spoiler alert, because I don't want to give y'all any driving footage just yet. I want to have a whole video dedicated to really leaning into this thing for the first time. But I have accidentally created not only a phenomenal handling car already, this thing is wildly comfortable. I'll get into more detail later as I'm driving, and I can kind of explain things as they come to me. But these Silvers coilovers, and I'm not just saying this because they're a sponsor, I told them I was going to give them my honest feedback on this, having installed many different coilovers on many different Mark 5s and 6s. I was going to give them my honest feedback. But in summary, these Silvers coilovers are absolutely no joke. You really feel the digressive dampening. Again, I'll get into more detail on a future episode, the next episode, But hats off to the guys at Silvers. These are a wildly good coilover, especially when you consider the price point. These come in starting at $1,300 with Swift springs being an extra, I think $300 or $350. So we're talking about a $1,600 coilover, you know, spec'd out how I have them. And I will say without hesitation, these things are swinging above their weight class, and they compete with coilovers that I would say are 1.5 and 2 times the cost. Hats off to y'all at Silvers. Y'all have knocked it out of the park with these things. Incredible riding experience, and I cannot wait to share some more thoughts with y'all in the future. So everyone, there you have it. The GTI has revealed its new wheel setup for the foreseeable future. 18-inch BBS RS2s, 8.5 width, 40 offset with Indy 500, 255, 35 tires. I am stoked on how good this is coming out. So I have actually been driving on these for about a week or two, just getting everything dialed in. But this is a huge step for the car because now all of our parts, aside from the all-wheel drive swap, all of our parts are now on this car. So my goal moving forward is to enjoy this setup how it is for about the next month. And then sometime in November, we will tear everything down again and begin the all-wheel drive swap. So this gives us a whole month to settle in, continue to finesse and adjust things as need be. But this is a huge step because we have no more parts to put on the car. We can just drive it, enjoy it, stress test it, and figure out what else needs to change before the all-wheel drive swap. As you can see, we really got the fitment dialed in. That's my quarter burn that I'm gonna fix, maybe in a future episode here shortly, but I'm only running just under 2 degrees of camber all the way around. You know, the car isn't slammed by any means, but this does go to show if you get your wheel specs right, you can fit some pretty meaty tires and this thing does not rub, not one bit. Well guys, that's gonna do it for the video. As always, I really appreciate you for checking in. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below what you thought of the whole video. And hopefully on the next video on 94 Co, we will do a proper driving video where we really put the car to the test and see what it's made of. So until then, appreciate y'all. I'll see you next time.